This is the closed chain knee circle in an anterior 45 lunge position with both internal rotation of the lower leg and external rotation of the lower leg. At this point, you are super comfortable with your closed chain knee circle. And now, to offer more value and movement options to this drill, we're going to be learning how to mobilize the lower leg, which puts a different load on the knee, also the foot and the ankle. So I'm going to step out on my left side into an anterior 45 lunge. Remember that we carry about 70% body weight on the lunging leg. Now our traditional traditional closed chain knee circle, right, looks like this. And in this case, my foot is in a neutral position as I'm working through my full ranges of motion. But now we're going to be mobilizing the lower leg. So I want you to think about the lower leg rotating independently, but the knee actually does not rotate. So for example, if I rock back on my heel and I take my foot and I rotate it outward, that's the lower leg externally rotating, but notice how my knee is still pointed forward, okay? Basically, I would want to then be able to perform my closed chain knee circles in this position. This will put a much greater load on the lower leg. So you do have to go cautiously and slowly because ranges of motion might be a lot smaller, and that's okay. Conversely, I want to use an internal rotation of the lower leg. So I'm going to rock back on the heel, and then I'm going to position my foot and ankle into internal rotation, basically as far as I can go without my knee pointing in the same direction. Right now my knee is pointed straight ahead, and I would then move through my full ranges of motion on my closed chain knee circle. Now again, this puts additional stress on the knee. When I rotate in with the lower leg, I'm feeling a lot of stress on the outside here. And when I rotate out with the lower leg, I'm feeling more stress on the inside. Again, go cautiously. Ranges of motion might need to be smaller. And remember that when you're exploring these ranges of motion, you need to make sure that when I rock back on my heel and set my foot, my hip doesn't rotate. Right now, my hip has externally rotated, but my lower leg has not. We're trying to develop mobility of the lower leg, foot, and ankle. So I got to keep my hip where it is, and I have to rock back on the heel and move my foot and ankle out like a clock. And notice how my knee is still straight forward now. Same holds true for the other position. So if I inwardly rotate at the hip, my hip has internally rotated, my knee is now pointed that way, and I have not actually mobilized my lower leg. So if I reset neutral, rock back on the heel, move the foot and ankle in on that clock, my knee is still pointed forward, my hip has not moved. Now I can learn those closed chain knee circles in that position. Go gently, go slow. It's going to be a little bit different feeling. It's going to be a lot more load and stress on different areas of the joint. That's okay. You just want to build these ranges of motion out so we can bulletproof your knees and create some additional mobility.